Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And we're back.
Well, yeah, welcome back to the Sportsman's Paradise
Yes,
Hour.
we're talking tuna fishing over here.
We're talking about tuna fishing and hunting and all that.
Wow, I mean, exactly. You know what's funny? We get on these subject matters that we speak on the radio, and all of a sudden, like, the mic goes to break. We're like, oh, we forgot to talk about this, or man, the fishing was great.
So what did we forget to talk about? We can,
whatever we forget to talk about, whatever we get to talk about. Angie Stockton with Keller Williams can tell us now.
All the answers.
She has every answer known to man and woman. Let me tell you.
And by the way,
be brilliant. Go.
And by the way, they can't see you shake your head. But
by the way, speaking of being brilliant, though, she walked over and she goes, I am going to tell the audience something that they didn't know about Kingwood.
That's right. Kingwood was created in 1971 as a joint venture between the Friendswood Development Company, which we know as Exxon. And King Ranch, which King Ranch owned timber, and that's why they call it Kingwood. And that's what I love about Kingwood. We do keep our trees. It is the livable forest, don't forget.
It is.
It is, absolutely.
And even though Kingwood Drive, and of course I get a long chance to enjoy Kingwood Drive, because usually when I'm driving it, there's about a 30-minute to go from there to West Lake Houston Parkway.
Right.
From 59 during traffic hours, so I get to enjoy the trees at that time.
Yeah.
It is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Now
you're sitting still. They want you to enjoy the forest.
Yeah, that's right.
It is, and it's not as bad as other areas, as we know, Woodlands. I mean, the traffic, and they are making it better, like y'all say, with the 99 and. So
Woodlands Parkway. If you exit that on 45 and at about 5 o'clock, you'll be sitting there for a while. So I agree with that statement stuff. So what brought you out to Kingwood?
I am Houston origination, but I did move to Atascocita, and actually it was for work. I worked for Harris County 911 before I became an agent, and it's just as everyone is moving towards the more, less compacted areas of Houston.
Yeah.
She probably did. She's working at 911. She said, that's where the least amount of phone calls I get. Deductive reasoning says I'm moving out there.
I think being a 911 operator make her a perfect qualified candidate for real estate.
That's right.
Yes.
She kept a big map on the wall of where the shootings were coming from. The least red spot was where she went. So
that is correct.
Well, that is probably one of the things that attract people out there. There is probably
lack of shootings.
I was going to make a more broad general statement that we often talk about people's buying habits, and sometimes they buy for safety.
That's true.
And security. And I know people coming in from Mexico, one of the first things they want a gated community.
That is correct.
And they're thinking about their family and safety. So it makes perfect sense that someone would move to an area where there'd be less, crime. Let's be just clear about that.
Well, there's a lot of master plan communities there.
Right.
I mean, it is master plan community, and it's exploding.
Right. And that includes Eagle Springs, which we hear a lot about. That includes Fall Creek up there. It includes a lot of different communities. In fact, one of the things, first and foremost, I want you to give a big shout out to Michael Clapp, by the way.
Hey, Michael.
And then secondly is, you work with a lot of new homes sales up there. In fact, with Weston Homes and KB Homes, a lot of new developments. So talk a little bit about what you're seeing in regards to those new developments, those new home builders, and some of the areas that you're seeing and what's going on there.
Absolutely. It's exploding. I mean, there's new home construction everywhere. All along West Lake Houston Parkway, you have all the new communities coming. You have the bridges, the KB Homes, everything that's just exploding.
There's three invoices so far.
Yes.
KB Home, West, and what was the other one?
The bridges. We're going to do development right there. Yeah, so you got all the development still going on along West Lake Houston Parkway. Mm-hmm. And then you got things also, and along there you do have everything. I mean, if you go from the Beltway and you take that all the way up to North Park, literally right and left side, you have every couple of miles a brand new subdivision that you can actually buy into right there.
Yes.
And it really depends on whether you want to do, a half-acre lot, or you want to be on the lake, or you just want to be close to, Kings Harbor or wherever it needs to be.
And all price ranges, too.
Is there still opportunities on the lake itself that you
can
buy?
There are, yes,
new
absolutely.
Construction?
Mm-hmm. We even have right next to Keller Williams Northeast in Kingwood, there's a new community coming there, River Grove.
And that actually has some lake lots on it as well.
It does.
So, that's one of the things that's pretty interesting, because if you look at it, that for a little while, you didn't see any lake lots in there. You had to go into that gated section right there, and then that was about it. If you didn't already own an acre lot in there, you weren't buying or building, and now you've got that new subdivision going in right next to your office, and it goes all the way back 256 lots, from what I understand.
That's correct.
Because Ronnie's right there in your office, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. They've partnered.
So what amenities, when you're doing a lot of new construction, and since they're buying a new home, they're usually buying a new home because, you know what, we want to be the first person there, and we want it the way we want it. Right. What amenities are they looking for?
Well, it's just reselling their homes, and they're just wanting new construction. They might have bought resale, so we have so many opportunities in the Kingwood area, whether resale or new construction. Right,
and amenities-wise, up there, I still think, if you look at the KB section, it's about being close to that. It's about all that lifestyle of outdoor living. I mean, I still say
we talk about it all the time. People
outdoor
don't buy houses,
living
they
is
buy a
just
lifestyle.
huge up there. It's not a person I don't speak with. That what are you doing this weekend? When it's hunting season, they're hunting. When it's fishing, when the fish are coming down, they're fishing. It's very
weaponry signals
exactly,
over here.
But it's very much an outdoor society. I've seen that, and I see it from everyone that I visit with as well.
Yeah, we've had a lot of builders on talk about outdoor kitchens, and it expands the home without having more square footage in the home themselves. So
and the value of the home, by the way.
Yes, you see people adding it on to their.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely increases the value of your home. Outdoor kitchens.
Right.
And people are moving outdoors, and they're entertaining outdoors. And what I was asking about was when they're buying new constructions. I think that a lot of times it is, I want this lifestyle. I want it different because I was in maybe more of an urban environment, and now I want to get into more of a suburban. I'm going to have my friends over, my family over, and we're going to entertain, and I want it to be comfortable.
Right. And in your case, you're invited sometimes, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I know Ashley Bowles, who is here in the studios. He invited me to his house tonight. We're doing barbecue ribs.
That is true, and you're doing the fights tonight, which is going to be absolutely incredible. And for all those who don't know, Ashley Bowles is a great sponsor of ours, and is a great inspector. More importantly, right there, and a great indivial.
Yes.
So
just decided to come hang out with us today in the studio.
Just come
we
hanging out with
our
us.
sponsors to come hang with
flexing
us.
his sponsorship muscles.
Yeah.
And he has a perfect face for radio, as he says.
Yeah. Anyway, so how'd you even get into real estate? What
A very good
like
friend.
One morning I woke up, I felt a little crazy. I think I'll go get my real estate license.
No, a very good friend, Tracy Montgomery. She's a top producing agent. I've known her for years and years, and she invited me in.
And you said, that sounds like fun, huh?
Sound like a plan.
Did she make it sound easy?
She did. She still does. She makes it easy, yeah. And I'm being trained under someone that is a top
and that's
producer.
a great way when you get in the industry is to get with somebody who can take you by the hand and show you the ropes and, have a mentor, somebody that you can be accountable to. It's a great way to learn it. And I've had actually a couple of people this last week who are a little bit lost. They've actually been in the business a while. They're going to come over to our company. And, I told them, maybe get on a team or something where you are working with somebody and you can watch people do what they do. And then you can recreate that piece. And it's really important.
Exactly. And you're with a company who offers, obviously, KW up there, offers a lot of training, a lot of mentoring, a lot of ideas, you got your BOLD program. So a lot of stuff that you're actually able to offer. And I tell everybody is real estate is, in my personal opinion, it comes down to, it's not as complicated it's as complicated or as difficult or as easy as that individual makes it.
That's
but you can be as successful as you want to be if you put your time and effort and energy into it. It's not going to come just by sitting around.
No, I saw the post on Facebook this week. I hope it's going to be a great year. I'm wishing it's going to be a great year. And then I've commented on a couple of them and says it'll be whatever year that you make it.
Right.
Well, the fun thing about a market like the market we've had for the last couple of years is you get this kind of mindset of, man, I'm going to get into real estate. Real estate's hot. Right
easy.
Now. Yeah. And it's like easy money. I'm like, it's still a business, and you still have to run it like a business, and you still have to have business acumen. There's so many of those frustrations where, we had a caller last week who said, he's trying to sell a property, and he called several different agents and left a message and has yet to get a phone call.
Right.
That's business 101.
Yeah.
Please take my money.
And let me tell you, I've done business with all these ladies in here. Let me tell you, as good as we've had closings, There's been challenging ones as well. Everything doesn't always go smooth, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to learn how to have that ability to walk through the business and to learn how to communicate. In fact, Angie and I have always talked about that. Communication is absolutely key. And there's some people who are really good in this business who know how to communicate, and there's other ones that unfortunately are going to continue to hope because they don't communicate.
Well, I've seen agents that are afraid to call their clients. I don't want to tell them the bad news. I don't want to tell them. But you know what? Got to tell them.
Oh, trust me. I know Angie. Angie is not afraid at all. I mean, Angie should be the first. She does the right thing. I mean this. She does the right thing. She calls me first.
Choose you
and
out.
says, "I need you to qualify this person right here." And she'll actually bring the client to my office. We did one a couple weeks ago.
Awesome.
Actually brings them to my office. We sit down. We go over right there in front of them. And then we explain the whole process together. And then she's able to get out there and find them what they need.
Well, there's a great book called Brian Tracy's. A real quick read. It's called Eat That Frog.
Yep.
And basically, the things that you find unpleasant, do that first.
Yep.
And it'll make your day a lot better. Because otherwise, that kind of snowballs in your brain about, I don't want to talk to that person. But that seems to be the big issue with that.
Right. Well, the thing's always challenging in this business is delivering bad news. And bad news does happen. I mean, I know Megan's had it, I know Tirsa's had it, and I know Angie's had it. Delivering that bad news, but let me tell you, it's a lot easier if you get it out and if you get in front of it. Deliver it, get in front of it, and then work through what you can do to correct it right there.
My whole
the worst thing you do is try to do
on dealing with bad news.
Your credit score is 580. That's bad news.
That's too funny.
And you can do it,
but you can turn it into good news.
That's the beauty of what I get to do.
Yes.
That's right. And we talk about hiring professionals all the time.
That is correct.
And the professionals, it's like cream that rises to the top. Those are the ones that are doing well in the industry. They're making a living in the industry. And
yes.
3 of those are in the room today. And, the consumers, it is a lot of moving pieces.
Right.
And you had a situation that, and I was talking with our own Michael Roddy
right.
last night about that deal you worked out for them.
Right.
With a little bit of knowledge that you had that another company did not have, and you
right.
were able to turn that around just knowing something about HOAs,
right.
homeowners associations.
Well, as we talk about all the time, all of us in this room, while we all want to continue to grow, we're all in co-opetition with each other. I mean, we're going to walk out of here today, and Megan and Angie and Tirsa are all our friends. Are going to know each other even more. They're going to help each other even more, even though they work for 3 different companies. And that's the beautiful part about real estate in Houston.
It's about relationships.
We're coming up against a break. I want to make sure that Angie, folks know how to get a hold of you.
Absolutely, yes. And I have a whole list of new build construction listings, so I'd be happy to help any prospective buyers come my way. Keller Williams Realty Northeast.
And you have
and how they reach you?
Yeah, website or email?
Or phone number?
AngieStockton.com, email.
AngieStockton.com. You can also reach her at AngieStockton.com, by the way.
And, of course, we will be putting all that information on the Real Estate Rat Pack page and on the website. So
that is correct.
We had a caller on last week's show that was someone who's interested in getting in the business of real estate, and one of the comments they made about the show is how much they enjoyed that we help other people interested in the industry talk about what to do to be successful. So when we come back from the break, you guys are rock stars. Let's talk a little bit about what has made y'all successive.
I like that. I like that. But we are coming up against a break. We're past the break right now, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
'Cause it's got a lot of heat. Just add a dash of kisses to make it all complete. And that's the recipe for making love.